Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the virtual college fair. We're so excited for you to join us. Just a few announcements before we get started. You can use the Q&A function. There's a button on your screen. You'll see Q&A to type your questions to any of our presenters at any time. Your camera and microphone are turned off, so the panelists won't be able to see or hear you, but you can ask any question there and we'll respond to it as quickly as we can. This is just one of many different sessions that are happening this evening, so you're welcome to sign up for some additional sessions. And it's also being recorded. So you'll be able to find it online in about a week. There are also all the other sessions that are happening at the same time are being recorded too. So if there's another university or college you wanted to hear from that's happening at the same time, you can certainly watch that later. So without any further ado, I'll turn it over to our first presenter. We'll hear from Northwest University.
Hi everyone, my name is Jareen Johnson, the Assistant Director of Admissions at Northwest University. I'm so excited to share a little bit more about Northwest University, especially as you're starting to begin your college search process. So I'll go ahead and share my screen. Great. So Northwest University, we are a private Christian university located in Kirkland, Washington, which is the greater east side of Seattle. Northwest University is very much committed to its mission statement. So our mission statement reads this: "We, the people of Northwest University, carry the call of God by continually building a learning community dedicated to spiritual vitality, academic excellence, and empowered engagement with human need." That's a mouthful, so I'm going to go ahead and break that down just a little bit. We are a distinctly Christian university, meaning that students who are looking at Northwest are looking to really integrate their faith in Christ in learning. Students receive a Christ-centered education to really take courses to really strengthen their theology as well as their identity and vocation. But they're also involved to receive a Christ-centered community with opportunities to engage in worship, gatherings, small groups, and really develop community with one another in a context of faith. With that, we are also very much focused on your academics and really wanting to make sure that you have all the resources to pursue your futures. We have over 70 different majors and minors at Northwest University, many programs that students can be equipped to pursue the things that they're passionate about. You can take a look at our website. But just a few of them: nursing, education, psychology, pre-med, exercise science for students who want to go into physical therapy and occupational therapy, business, English, history, environmental science, a lot of different opportunities. We are actually launched several technology programs. Last year, we launched user experience and design and video production. And this year we're launching computer science and data science. And next year we're planning to roll out game design and app development. So there's definitely some incredible opportunities. With all of this is to really serve the human need, which is our empowered engagement. And empowered engagement really means that students are focused to really feel the hands and feet of Jesus and to really serve the human need. And one of those experiences is 80% of our majors include some type of cross-cultural learning trip overseas or in a service capacity. So right now, 80% of our majors have that requirement, but it is soon to be 100%. Our nursing students, for example, travel overseas to a developing community like a rural city or rural area in Alaska, or even other spaces like, for example, India, Taiwan, the Philippines, Kenya, Uganda, Mexico, and they're really serving children and families in a medical clinic. And one of the commitments that Northwest is focused on is making sure students are work ready. So when they graduate from Northwest, they are able to have a resume that's filled with learning experiences, internships, and just and paid professional experience. So they're able to really start working right away and really invest in their career. And our job placement after students graduate is over 90% within 6 months. And this is a map that really shows just the incredible location that Northwest is blessed to be with. We are right down the street from Google headquarters, and all of the companies and organizations that's listed in this map are places that we have direct opportunities, connections that our career services is connected with. We have alumni working there. We have professors and staff that have worked there as well. The dean of our technology program is an executive at Microsoft. The Seattle Seahawks actually built our training fields and our fitness center. Our nursing students do their rotations at Seattle Children's. We have internships done for our pre-med students at Fred Hutch Cancer Research Center. So there's a lot of amazing things happening. Some important dates for you all to be aware of. Our fall 2021 application is open, and our early action date, which for students to get started on that just the online application process, is November 15th, and the application is also free. Some visit opportunities. We'd love to host you for a visit. We have in-person visits if you'd like to come to Kirkland, but we also have a lot of virtual visits like info sessions and transfer events, one-on-one visits virtually as well. The application pieces, with Northwest's application process, we have an online application, a biographical essay, which describes your faith experience and kind of your interest in pursuing in the future. We are optional for SATs or ACTs, but you can certainly send them in, and high school transcripts and college transcripts if applicable. We have a session right afterward from 6 to 7 p.m. Me and another colleague will actually be there. Tyler Perrin is our admissions counselor for Eastern Washington, so he'd love to continue to work with you and connect with you. But there is the Zoom link, so we would love to talk to you a little bit more about Northwest University, some of the topics that we weren't able to cover today, like athletics, music, art, different clubs and activities, and all the places for students to get involved with. So I'm excited to connect again with you all, and good luck on your college search process.
Thank you so much. And our next university will be Gonzaga University.
Hi, everyone. My name is Carrie Weeks, and I'm Associate Director of Admission at Gonzaga, and I am also the admission counselor for the region. So I'm happy to work with all of you. Gonzaga is a private liberal arts Catholic university in the Jesuit tradition, and Jesuit education is world-renowned for providing holistic development of mind, body, and spirit. And at Gonzaga, that is what we focus on, cura personalis. It's a Latin term that means the care for the whole person. Gonzaga is a top 21% nationally ranked university that educates students for lives of leadership and service for the common good. We are located just across the Spokane River from downtown, which is a great proximity for internships, shopping, and just accessing the downtown area. Gonzaga is a medium-sized university with just over 5,300 undergraduate students who hail from almost all 50 states and about 40 countries as well. About half of our population is Catholic, the other half are mostly other Christian denominations, and some are other religions as well, and some have no particular religious background. So we have students from about 24 different faiths on campus, and our staff and faculty mirror this religious diversity.
Carrie, sorry to interrupt. Your slide isn't sharing. We're not seeing your slides.
I am so sorry. Thank you for letting me know. There we go. So just to take you back just for a quick, so you can kind of see a little bit of campus here and where we are from downtown. and to talk about academics. So we have about 75 different programs in our 5 different colleges. You can see the list of schools right there on the screen. There is an emphasis on interdisciplinary and hands-on experiences such as internships and research and field work with an average class size of 22 and a student-to-faculty ratio of 11:1. We also have faculty teaching all of our labs, so we're able, and our classes, so we're able to offer personal attention and advising. In fact, we're ranked in the top 5% nationally for best undergraduate teaching. We have happy students with 94% of them continuing after their first year, and successful graduates with 94% of them saying that they are working in graduate school or doing full-time service work just 6 months after graduation. We also offer a very supportive environment. 83% of our students come from over 200 miles away. And while Gonzaga offers strong academic challenges, we do that with a lot of support and opportunities for students to grow and share their gifts outside of the classroom. We offer over 130 different clubs and organizations. We have a strong residence hall communities where our first and second year students live, though that is optional for Spokane area students. We have speakers and dances and cultural festivals, very active intramural and club sports, as well as Division I athletics. And we have many optional retreats as well as advocacy opportunities for our students. We provide excellent resources for students through many offices, such as the Center for Student Academic Success, which includes our Disability Access Office for students with learning differences, and free tutoring in about 20 different subject areas. I'd also like to highlight our Unity Multicultural Education Center and our LGBTQ+ Resource Center, which fall underneath the heading of the Diversity, Inclusion, Community, and Equity Office. They are both great resources and a home away from home for students from these communities, as well as excellent places where students can share their leadership gifts. We use the Common Application for admission and also the Act 6 Leadership Scholarship application for admission. And if you fill out the Act 6 application, you don't need to fill out the Common Application. This helps us determine both admission as well as merit scholarships. Both are due December 1st, and students who are interested in nursing and engineering have to list that interest in the application to be admitted into that major. We are test optional for admission to all of our majors, including the direct entry ones, the honors program, scholarships, and anything that we are accepting applications for the class of 2021. So you may choose whether or not to accept it or submit a test score if you'd like, and if you have one. Our middle 50% of students who were admitted were between a 3.53 and a 3.9 unweighted GPA, though we do consider curriculum along with other holistic factors such as writing, extracurricular activities, and character when we look at both admission and merit scholarships. December 1st is the priority award deadline for the FAFSA and accessing any federal, state, or need-based aid. If a student is unable to file a FAFSA and lives in Washington, then they can file a WASFA to access the state aid as well as Gonzaga aid. 99% of admitted first-year students receive a merit scholarship, and also we offer many separate application scholarships such as the Honors Program, the Gonzaga Leaders Scholarship, and the Act 6 Leadership Scholarship, which covers tuition and a student's financial need. Additionally, we have what's called the MAJIS commitment, and that is that Gonzaga is committed to providing grant and scholarship aid to cover the cost of tuition for first-year students who have a permanent address in Washington and qualify for the federal Pell Grant through filing a FAFSA. So I hope this has given you a quick taste of the Gonzaga experience. I encourage you to attend our full session tonight at 6. You can see the Zoom link on your screen. Maybe take a picture of it, as well as you might want to check your email after this session because you should have the links to all of our different presentations there. So I welcome your questions at the end, and go Zags.
Thank you so much. Our next university will be Seattle Pacific University. Luke, you're on.
Fantastic. Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome. Thank you all for joining. Let me see here. Looks like I'm going to stop sharing that screen and share mine. I love how I'm sure all of you students feel this. You forget how to use a computer when somebody else is watching. So, all right, I think that should have everything up there. But my name is Luke Davis. I'm the Assistant Director of Admissions here at SPU. Very excited to be with you all today. Would love for y'all to put some questions in the Q&A, especially for any of us. We're here to answer your questions, and we can talk at you all day, but it's more fun to actually answer your questions. So if you have any questions for me, I'll keep that Q&A feature up while I'm doing this presentation. First thing, if you haven't heard of us, SPU, we're a small private Christian school located in Seattle, Washington. If you've ever been to the Space Needle, we're about 10 minutes away, so we're literally right in the middle there. And we're a small school too, so about 2,800 students and about average class size of 21. And for the 5th year in a row, nationally ranked by US News and World Report. What does that mean? What does that look like? That looks like for us, this is literally our backyard. Within 10 minutes, you could be at any of these locations. The original Starbucks, very important if you're a caffeine drinker, but also just on that water, we're right on the other side of the hill. And a lot of the companies that are in Seattle are places that our interns and jobs are available to students after they graduate. But more importantly, it's just an amazing place to live. I've been here for about 10 years. One of my favorite things you see here is that it is not raining. We did not have to just wait for one day of the year for us to take that picture. It actually just happened, and it's amazing. Besides that, for academics, we have about 70 majors to choose from. So some of our top programs are business, computer science, pre-med, nursing, psychology is always up there. And we also have programs like music therapy, apparel design, some programs that are a lot more specific. So at SPU, we have a lot of the access of getting you in touch with those companies and making sure that you're able to find jobs with places that are interesting to you. But we know that you may not have everything figured out right at this very moment. So a lot of what we do here is try to connect you with not only the jobs, but also why do you want to do what you want to do? What is the meaning behind where you're at? What are the things that drive you to be the person you are? A lot of that comes from our Christian faith. We want to make sure that as students, you're, regardless of your personal beliefs, that you're learning about how to impact the world for better, regardless of where you come from. Our students come from a majority of a variety of Christian backgrounds, non-Christian backgrounds. There's no faith statement required to come to SPU. But our faith as a Christian university really drives us to ask those bigger questions. So in your business major, why are you making money? What's the point? How do you deal with these larger questions of how to care for someone's soul and not just their body if you're a pre-med major? A lot of this is what drives us as we kind of look at those questions. Besides that, though, student life is a huge part of us, especially being in Seattle. There's obviously so many things to do, like Seahawks games, Sounders games, even just like that lake that I showed. You'll see students like going past the canal on campus, kayaking or paddleboarding and things like that. But that student life on campus really is another way to connect. If you're just going to college for a major or just going for a job, there's a little bit more to college than just that. You should be finding friends. You should be finding things. Even in this time during COVID, we're still having students that are doing weekly trivia nights. They're doing video game sessions together or having like weekly bonding. We're bringing a bunch of food trucks for students to socially distance next week as part of a kind of a socially distance, still get together and eat together. So even in those times, our community really is one of the biggest things that defines us. Something that I've loved about here, I've been here about 8 out of the last 10 years have been involved with SPU. How to apply? Really all we need is a transcript and common application, which we're very excited about. We are test optional, so you can send us your scores if you'd like. But if you'd not like to, that's fine too. Letters of recommendation, interviews, all those pieces can kind of help with an application. But the biggest advice that I have for y'all is, quite honestly, we in admissions know that this is a weird senior year for y'all. So find the application style that fits best for you. If it's applying with a test score, great. If it's not, we really don't have a preference between the two. We just want to do whatever is easiest for you. We're all, I'm sure I can speak for all my colleagues, we're all aware of the differences that the senior year is holding for you. So don't hesitate to contact us if there's certain situations you want to explain for about your application to whatever school you're looking at. I'm sure I can speak for everybody there. Similar timeline, our biggest date is November 1st. It's crazy, it's already coming up. If y'all have any good Halloween costumes, put them in the Q&A because I'm looking for ideas. But November 1st is our early action deadline. So that's when we'll have students applying and not binding application. But if you get your application in early, you'll get your financial aid and admissions letter back by January. So this is one of the biggest things. Any university that has early action, we always recommend it as counselors because it helps you know what you're paying and what schools you're accepted to. Speaking of how to pay for SPU, one of the coolest things I get to say is that we just announced we are cutting our tuition by 25% this year. So this next year, 25% off tuition. We're continuing to do financial aid and scholarships. I know a lot of y'all might hear private school and think way too expensive. I came from Portland, Oregon. I was a son of a music teacher and a counselor. I did not have thousands and thousands of dollars spent in college. So one of the things I want y'all to hear is that there's tons of financial aid and scholarships available. And especially with this tuition cut, we're really hoping to make things even more affordable for y'all, especially in light of what's been going on this past year. Some of these scholarships can be merit scholarships, so things that are based on GPA, based on your application. Some are based on, we do want students that are making a difference in the world around them, and students that are looking at different things too. So some of these might even be more specific than the ones listed here. We have stuff like a fine arts scholarship, engineering scholarship, all just SP specific, and that's on top of things that you might be looking at from the FAFSA too. Besides that, we were also part of the Falcon Bound commitment. So we were one of the first schools to do a partnership with Washington State College Bound. So if you're a College Bound student and you're watching this, as long as you have either a 1220 SAT or 25 ACT or above a 3.0 GPA, you could be getting full tuition at Seattle Pacific University. It's one of our biggest programs we've done for the past couple of years now. So if you kind of think you're College Bound, if you may have signed up for it a while ago and can't quite remember, confirm, because it's really another great way to help afford Seattle Pacific. Besides that, stay connected with us. That link right there, I'm obviously not Erica. Erica is the counselor for Spokane, but she has no voice today, which makes things hard when you're actually doing the presentation. But feel free to put that link in for later. And otherwise, that is all I have for y'all. Thanks for joining, and I'll turn it over to the next person. Thank you, Josh.
Thank you, Luke. And coming up next is Taylor from Cornish College of the Arts.
How's it going, everyone? Welcome. Let's see. All right. Are we able to see the screen okay and everything? Perfect. Hello, my name is Taylor Bednars, and I'm with Cornish College of the Arts. Cornish is a 4-year visual and performing arts college located in Seattle, Washington. We're one of the only arts colleges in the country where visual and performing artists study together. Established in 1914, Cornish's founder, Nellie Cornish, and many of the artists who followed her believed in education through exposure to all of the arts. This led to some of the greatest innovations in arts during the early 20th century, and it shaped much of how we create and appreciate work today, and helped out put the Pacific Northwest on the map as a thriving arts community. Our mission is to provide students aspiring to become practicing artists with an educational program of the highest possible quality, while in an environment that nurtures creativity and intellectual curiosity. Cornish prepares students to collaborate to society and contribute as artists, citizens, and innovators. Cornish realizes this mission by offering professional degrees that lead in public presentation, artistic criticism, participation, and the discussion of the arts. Our degrees are designed to build the skills artists need to navigate a professional landscape in the 21st century. We educate artists in critical thinking, creative problem solving, collaboration, and the generation of new work. And we apply all of this to the real world. Our students often will be focusing in traditional, interdisciplinary, and experimental art forms. Our faculty are working professional artists who guide students through individualized mentorship. They help them develop professional skills and connections that will last a lifetime. Our community is dedicated to small classes and personalized instruction with an average class size of just 13 and our faculty to student ratio being 1:7. Artists at Cornish are led by their own ideas, and they're supported by world-renowned artists. Our urban campus is also immersed in arts and culture of Seattle. We're super privileged to be right in the center of it. Seattle is one of the world's epicenters for visual and performing arts, and it makes it an ideal city to pursue your artistic education. Seattle is home to many events for students to get involved with and to volunteer at. We have a lot of students that will become parts of the Fifth Avenue Theater and their lineup of new original musicals, the Seattle International Film Festival, Seattle Art Museum, and the Bumbershoot Music Festival, just to name a few. But on top of that, Seattle is an incredibly powerful and thriving community for practicing artists. And Cornish, for over 100 years, has been at the forefront in developing creative leadership at a lot of the companies that you see listed here. Our campus is located directly in South Lake Union, It is surrounded by creative agencies, architecture and design firms, and many nonprofits. You'll find Cornish alumni, faculty, and students making bold and innovative work, all within walking distance of you. Students at Cornish have access to a variety of state-of-the-art creative and performing arts spaces. They are all available to use by all students, regardless of your discipline. Visual artists make a lot of work in individual and shared studios, material labs, recording bays, and editing suites as well. And that's just to name the surface. Performing artists rehearse, perform, and learn in a wide array of practice spaces, black box studios, and historic concert halls. We also have the iconic Cornish Playhouse, which is located directly in the Seattle Center. And it's a huge space for professional performances. Cornish currently trains students from 38 states and 18 countries, many of them who live in the Cornish Commons, which is our state-of-the-art residence hall that was built with artists in mind. The Cornish Commons features plenty of space and special amenities. Each room comes with a private bathroom and shower. There are movement studios, practice rooms, an art studio, and the 20th floor is a reserved lounge space for all students, and it is an amazing 360-degree view of the city. Cornish offers Bachelor's of Fine Arts degrees in animation, art, design, dance, environmental graphics, film, illustration, interior architecture, object design, technical theater, musical theater, and a degree in acting and original works. Cornish also offers a music degree in which it is a Bachelor of Music, and for transfer students applying with an associate's degree of equivalent, we offer a Bachelor's of Arts option in dance, arts, music, theater, technical theater, and film. Last year, Cornish College of the Arts became the first art college in the country to reduce its tuition by 20%. Cornish awards over $6 million in scholarships each year to 95% of its students, with all admitted students being automatically considered for merit scholarships that are guaranteed for all 4 years. The application requirements for Cornish are pretty straightforward, but we do require portfolios or auditions, which are virtual this year. To apply, you can go to apply.cornish.edu/apply. We are also available through Common App as well. Primary consideration is for December 1st, and all those applying for scholarship consideration should be applying by February 15th. After that, it'll be a rolling basis. All right, thank you all so much. And if you need to know more, I will be hosting a session. You can copy this into your meeting ID links. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, Taylor. And next we have Abby from St. Martin's University.
Alrighty, hello everyone. So my name is Abby Cariotti and I am the admissions counselor from St. Martin's that gets to work with students from the Spokane area. St. Martin's is a small private Catholic Benedictine university and we're located in Lacey, Washington. Being fairly small, we have about 1,300 undergraduate students, so fairly small campus environment with an 11-to-1 student to faculty ratio. Alrighty, so where is Lacey, Washington? Lacey is located just kind of between Seattle and Portland. So we're about an hour and a half from Seattle, about 2 from Portland. It's kind of nice for our students. Of course, it depends on traffic, but it's very nice for our students to be able to go there for different events, sporting events, concerts, things like that. We're also only 5 miles from the Washington State Capitol building in Olympia, which offers a lot of different opportunities for students to do internships and have jobs post-graduation. So lots of different opportunities right around the campus itself. And then campus is located on 380 acres. It's a gorgeous land. So if you like to be outside, or especially like our runners on campus love campus because there's all sorts of trails, different places where you can go for a run or for a walk and still be on campus even though you can be gone for a while. So just lots of different opportunities if you like to have that little bit more of an outdoorsy experience. Alrighty, so the programs that we offer on campus, here are all of our different majors. We have a couple that are kind of our top ones, so like civil and mechanical engineering are definitely prominent on our campus. We also offer master's degrees in our engineering programs. You can even do a 4+1 where you can earn your master's in 5 years from when you come onto campus. We also have a very strong education program, both elementary and secondary education, kind of depending on what age group you want to teach. We just finished a $3.5 million renovation on our brand new nursing wing, and we do have a direct admit program into nursing. So definitely if you're thinking about nursing, I'd get your application in early. And we also have super strong programs in computer science and things like that. So lots of different opportunities for you on campus. A lot of our students choose to both major and then choose a minor or double major. So you can kind of get those experiences. And again, you have small class sizes with that 12:1 student to faculty ratio. So you have a lot of one-on-one time with your professors. A little bit more about life on campus because it's not all about your major. We have 40+ clubs and organizations, so you can do things that are more fun, where you can do you can be involved in our Hawaii club, which is our largest club on campus. They throw a big luau every year. We have more academic-based clubs like our biology club or chemistry club. We also have more just fun clubs. We have a brand new gaming club. We have a brand new gaming center on campus. So whatever you're really interested in. We also have NCAA Division II athletics. So if you are an athlete and you're interested in any particular sport, feel free to reach out to me or get on the session after this with me, and I'd be happy to connect with you, and then I'd be happy to connect you with one of our coaches. We do have 26 different faiths represented on campus. As I said, we are a Catholic Benedictine University. You do not have to be Catholic to attend by any means. We celebrate any and all faiths on campus. We also have a fairly large first-generation population on campus. If you are, we always like to say, if you don't know what you don't know. So if you're listening to someone talk about something and you're like, hey, I don't know what this word means, please reach out, please ask us. We're here to help, and we want to make sure that you're getting all the things done that you need to. Alrighty, so why St. Martin's? St. Martin's, we have 90% of our students placed within 6 months. And that placed word means that you're either in grad school or in a job within your given field within 6 months of graduation. Compared to the national average, that's pretty good. However, we decided that's not good enough for us. We want to get to the 100%. So St. Martin's actually just started a brand new program called the Saints Promise. And with the Saints Promise, if you come into school as a first-year student, and you start working with our Career Center on your resume, your cover letter, you can attend an etiquette dinner and some different events that they put on throughout your 4 years. If you do all of the things within that Saints Promise program, we guarantee that you'll have placement within 6 months of graduation. And if you don't, we guarantee that we'll give you a 3-month paid internship. And it's that guarantee of, hey, we're here to help you. We want to help you achieve your goals. So work with us and we're going to help make sure that you do so. And just having that guarantee of like you're going to college for a reason, it's kind of nice to have that in your back pocket. Alrighty, so a little bit more about the St. Martin's application. We are on the Common App. You can also apply on our website. It's free either way. It does not matter which one you choose. We also are test optional this year, so it's totally up to you whether or not you decide to submit test scores, but we do need your personal essay, your official high school transcripts, and then a letter of recommendation from a teacher or counselor. Just to keep in mind as well, with your application, please feel free to reach out to us if you have any questions along the way. We are really here to help you, and we want to make sure that that whole process goes smoothly. We are rolling admissions, so our application opened on August 1st, and we open all the way through till July, and we're constantly reading applications. So once you get all of those pieces of your application into us, typically we'll give you a decision within 2 to 3 weeks. So fairly quick decision timeframes. You'll also get to hear about our merit scholarship from you. So 100% of our students, receive a merit scholarship, and those range anywhere from $5,000 a year up to $23,000 a year. So it's kind of nice to get that back with your acceptance packet. Alrighty, so here is my contact information. Of course, I will also be available afterwards on Zoom. So please hop on there if you have any further questions, and I'd be happy to connect with you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Abby. And last but not least, we have Jason from Whitworth University.
Hello, everybody. Again, this is Jason from Whitworth University. I'm one of the admissions counselors at Whitworth. I'm very excited to be with you today. Whitworth is a private liberal arts Christian college that is located about 6 miles north of this downtown Spokane area. We have, hang in there if I can advance my slide. There it is. It's going to be a bit slow for you. Apologize for that. Whitworth is an education that is of mind and heart. Our education is one that is, for students, it's something that is surprising to them when they come to campus and they interact with the students and the faculty. They find that it's a different kind of place. The classroom settings are smaller. Being a Christian college, you don't have to be church going to attend, but many of our students, that's part of the reason that they chose Whitworth. Our campus size is around 22 to 2,300 students. Student to faculty ratio is 11:1. We've been able to hover at that for many years. And you'll find if you have a chance to visit our campus, we do have in-person visits going on. There are daily visits starting at 2 o'clock each day that you're welcome to jump into. You'll find that our classrooms are mostly less than 30 students. And again, that's something our faculty really thinks an important part of our quality of our education because of that smaller class setting. With that smaller class setting comes an outstanding advising process by our faculty. They keep our students on time to graduate in 4 years. Of our last graduating class, 97% of those students graduated in 4 years. When you graduate from Whitworth, you'll find our last graduating class also were very successful. They were either gainfully employed or they were in a master's level program. 95% of those students were ready for that next step. What kind of students come to Whitworth right now? The middle 50% of our first year students are somewhere between a 3.5 and a 4. 25% of our incoming students were above a 4. That means that we accept a weighted GPA, or if it doesn't come to us weighted, then in-house for Washington students, we will weight your GPA and consider any AP classes, honors, IB, college and the high school classes. Those will be weighted on a 4.5 scale rather than a 4.0. It allows us to have an in-house slightly higher GPA for you, which then will allow us to offer you a little bit higher merit scholarship, academic scholarship, our university scholarship. I'll talk a little bit more about a change in our test scores on the SAT and the ACT shortly, but you'll find that that middle 50%, we are a test optional school, so you can submit test scores, or you're welcome to opt to not submit test scores. We also have a change this year where you don't have to submit your recommendation letter as well. That's optional, and they will not hold up your application. Here's a look at we've got about 100 different majors and minors, areas of concentration you're welcome to look into. We feel very good that we can offer and meet the needs of most of our students that are looking at a variety of different majors, maybe a major in an area of concentration. Our most popular areas right now, biology has been very popular. It's our top interest. Health science has been very popular. Psychology, education, English, nursing. Those are all areas right now that are probably the most popular, but you can see there are a lot of different options that students can choose from. We even have an opportunity to design your own area of concentration. If we can't meet the need with what you're looking at, then you can combine and merge some different disciplines to create with our faculty an area of concentration that'll work for a marketability in a particular area. So be sure to check with me after this time for the Zoom meeting if you want to talk a little bit more about any of these disciplines. In addition to our academic, our athletic programs are outstanding. We're an NCAA Division III affiliated school. We've got 21 varsity sports, 11 for women, 10 for men. We've been by far the most outstanding athletic department in our conference for 12 straight years, arguably 13 years. Last year, We were on track to win it for the 13th straight year, but with the cancellation of the spring sports, they did not award the trophy. In addition to academics and athletics, our art, music, theater are all outstanding as well. We've invested a lot in those areas recently. We've got a relatively new art facility, the music building. We put $11 million into that a couple years ago. And then our theater department, we rebuilt the backstage of the theater. So they're really excited about that. And we're really excited about the new productions we can actually do in there with the new facilities that were offered. In addition to those things, Whitworth does an outstanding job of offering financial aid, and the scholarship slide will be one that I'll talk about shortly if we have time for that. The application is free at Whitworth. All we need is your Whitworth app, your Common App, or an Act 6 app, and your high school transcript that will complete your application. The test scores and your letter of recommendation this year are optional. Regarding important dates, November 15th is early action deadline, and then FAFSA opens tomorrow, so be sure you guys get on to FAFSA and let us know what kind of financial aid you guys need. That's all I have. I do have a Zoom meeting after this. If you guys have interest in more questions, please feel free to join me in the Zoom meeting to talk more about scholarships. Thanks for your time.
Thank you so much, Jason. And thank you to everyone for joining us. We have a few more minutes. If you have other questions you'd like to type into the Q&A box for any of the presenters. And if there aren't any further questions, certainly you can meet with any of the college representatives in their private Zoom sessions, or email them directly to get answers to the questions you might have. But most of all, thank you so much for joining us. When you close your window, there will be a link to a very quick 4-question survey. We'd really appreciate the feedback that you can provide. And again, this is just one of many sessions being hosted, so be sure to sign up for some additional sessions. And in about a week, you'll be able to find this session's recording as well as the other recordings posted on the StriveScan website. So thanks again for your attendance, and wish you all a very good evening. Thanks so much.